Alright guys, what's going on? Beginner Mindset Johnny here. Got tagged in my first tag video ever on YouTube, which I'm very flattered to have been thought about by Salage Saint. He's got an awesome channel, great delivery, so thank you Salage Saint. Tagged a bunch of heavy hitters in that, and I'm glad to be included. Alright, so I'm going to get right to it. The topic of today's video, steakhouse date night dinners. So this is like high-end steak houses. This is like a night out, so this is going to be a nighttime fragrance. It's going to be something that is opulent, something that I would wear, not me selling anything to anyone in this video. This is just what I would reach for, and I'll tell you how I went about it. I made basically everything I would wear, and I started whittling down and just removing ones that I had any doubt in my mind and anything I know my fiance wouldn't like. Now it depends. I guess steakhouse date night dinner, if you guys out there don't know exactly who you're going on the date with, that's going to affect like what you want to wear, because if it's like a third date with someone you're not really sure about, you're going to pick something different. I'm sure about what I have here. I know I'm taking my fiance out, so it's a wrap. I know I'm going to wear stuff that I know she likes. So first one is an honorable mention, because I do not have a full bottle yet, and I like to maintain some integrity with that, but I do have a fat sample of Grand Soir that I'm actually chugging through. I love this thing. I had it for a week. I already got through a lot of it, and I have a lot of fragrances, guys. But Grand Soir from Mason Francis Kurkdjian. My next bottle I buy will be this, so give me some time. I'm going on vacation next week. I'll probably buy it while I'm on vacation so it shows up when I get home. But here's the catch. I'm only getting the 200 ml bottle because I like the way it's tall. Call me petty. I don't like the 70 ml bottle, which I'm waiting for it to restock, guys. So that's what's holding me up. This is going to have to hold it down for a while for me. So Grand Soir is like an honorable mention. But anyway, that's like my favorite fragrance right now. I'm just waiting to grab the actual 200 ml bottle, which I can't find anywhere except for fragrancebuy.ca. They have it for a price that I want to get it at, but I'm waiting for them to restock it. So that's what the holdup is. That's why I'm living on that decant right now. Let's get to the rest of the list. First and foremost, Salage Saint already picked Lamar. So I'm just going to gloss over it real quick and say, yes, Lamar. Me and the fiance both will wear this at the same time to the date. And we will be smelling legendary with this thing on. Pineapple sweet with the rose. It's just a crazy fragrance, man. Lamar. This made it into my engagement photos. This thing's crazy. Definitely get your eyes on Lamar. Salage Saint was right by picking this one. All right. So that's a little bit lighter of a fragrance and floral of a fragrance. That's not really like a very masculine thing. That's a unisex thing you guys can both wear if you vibe like that. I'm going to blast through these. I'm not going to sell them to you. I'm not going to like break down the notes too much. I'm just going to tell you I will reach for this. This is Kanan or Callan from Parfums de Marly. So what do we get with this fragrance? Probably one of the most unique fragrances I've ever owned. Now, honorable mention that goes with this one is Red Stallion from Alexandria. So these two are very interesting to me, and I have nothing like these in my collection. So, Callan or Kalan by Parfums de Marly. It's a pretty premium price. It's a big bottle, right? It's pretty cool to own this. I'm actually really happy about this. I wasn't when I first got it, but now I'm in love with it. I actually really got it drying down on my hand. I wear this one when we're going out on like a nighttime date or something. It's got this sweetness, guys, in the direction of the Rouge 540 sweetness. It's got the same kind of thing. I don't know if it's saffron or jasmine. It's got that mixed down, and then like kind of surrounding it, you have this like really spicy, like vegetal kind of chili pepper, red chili peppers. And the bottle just kind of makes sense to me why it's a red bottle this way. It is the spiciest red kind of chili peppers, red chili flakes kind of smell, like with this sweetness that is so like amped up. Now, I like the Red Stallion version of this, which I will wear to a steakhouse dinner, man. This thing stands out, projects like a beast, cuts through the air, competes with all the smells that you're going to smell in that kind of place. And I characterize this version of Callan as more hot and spicy, like incredibly like red hot and spicy, like super peppery. And then even sweeter than the original. So it's almost like an extreme intense version of the original, albeit the original has more texture. Don't know how to explain that beyond that, guys, but yeah, I got my eyes on these for going out to a steakhouse dinner. And look, no one in that room is going to smell like this. No one has Kanan. No one has anything that smells like Kanan. It's not a very popular mass appealing DNA, but it's going to cut through the air and be something that can compete with all the smells that are in those steakhouses already. So you have smoke from the grills, you have burning like herbs in the background, you have all the other people in the room, the waiters, the waitresses, bodies moving around in the room. You have smells of women's hairspray, perfumes. You got to compete with that stuff. I mean, is it a smell contest? No. But I don't want to wear something that's going to kind of like die in that kind of competitive atmosphere of all the things competing to be hitting your nose. And this will cut right through all that for sure. It's definitely worthy of a wear for me. I spent a little too long on that one. Let's go a little bit more mass appealing. Jean-Paul Galtier Elixir, right? This is a Lamar Elixir. It's a no-brainer. It does everything. Sweet, gentle, masculine, long-lasting, projecting. People love it. It's a dumb reach for me when I can't think of anything or I'm in a rush and I'm not confident with my decision. I'll just grab this. This thing does a lot of work for me. I'm down to like his chest here, so I've worn half the bottle already amongst my whole collection, and I definitely apply this vigorously. You don't need to, but I do anyway. You can almost taste this thing sometimes. It's like really projects for a long time, does the job for me. Didn't like it when I first smelled it. Okay, at the store, my nose was probably fatigued. Got into it like months later, and then I was like, oh man. I picked it up immediately, okay? Immediately picked this up. So Lamar Elixir is all it's cracked up to be. It is very, very good, mass appealing. People ask me when I wear this, I get a little bit extra reactions with this one. People definitely be like, hey, that's great. And I know it's just smooth operator status. You got opulence surrounding you. It definitely makes me feel good, and it's a memorable scent for me. I mean, it is fall, winter adjacent, but you could do this any time of the year. I know people put it in their fall and winter list, but I wore this in the summer. I wore this in the spring. It does the job, especially at night. You're in an air-conditioned kind of like room with a bunch of other people. It's going to go boom, like way off you. So let's talk about something that's a special fragrance for me that I've already worn to steakhouses. And now here's the thing, guys. I cook a mean steak. I'm nasty in the kitchen, all right? I got the remoulades going. I got all kinds of like I'll sear that steak. We'll get it going, right? I don't need to go to the steakhouse, so we don't do it that much. So when we do, it's a very special occasion. I might not even order a steak there. I might get something else that I don't make a lot, like a lamb shank or whatever. All right, so I do like those little lamb popsicles. Those are pretty good. But anyway, this one, if you guys know me, follow my channel. I wore this when I proposed last December. Okay, snow's on the ground, pea coat, leather shoes. Slick back hair, looking dapper, right? Waiting in the snow with something in my pocket all night. Finally found the spot. Finally took the opportunity. Dropped down on the knee. Bam! Dior Intense went along for the ride, and I love it. This thing's great. I wore this to birthday dinners in the middle of August. This thing does it all. When we go out, we celebrate. I very often reach for Dior Intense, so it doesn't matter the season to me either. I do not care. Wear this any season. It shines a little better in fall and winter when it's cold air. It just does better things for me in the cold air, but Dior Intense is no joke, no slouch. Beautiful thing right here. Very complex fragrance, but it makes me feel like a boss. Absolutely a sophisticated, opulent boss. Dior Intense, always a strong contender for me. Sorry guys, I gotta reach over here because I do not have an optimized setup yet. I'm making the most of what I got. Talk about the most. Barra Onda by Nasamato. Do I even have to explain how good this is? Again, every time I make a video, I try to get it in there if it deserves a spot, whatever the topic is. Barra Onda's crazy good, man. Crazy good. Little bottle, very high premium price tag on this little bottle. But I'm telling you something, this thing's crazy good. Woodsy, boozy whiskey, almost a little creamy. You got some florals playing around. They don't list the notes or anything, but like this is what I'm telling you. This is a very complex fragrance. There's a smokiness to it, like a woods kind of burningness to it. There's like a mentholic thing to it too. Like ridiculous texture on this. The texture, I'll wear this to bed tonight. The texture on this is crazy, guys. Sweet, gourmand almost, like beautiful thing. This thing is just going along for the ride. Strong contender. Like I might reach for this first. I've been reaching for this one a lot recently, especially for those nights out and stuff, things like that. So yeah, Barra Onda is on the menu for sure. This might be one of my top like 3 fragrances in my collection right now for sure. I gotta do a video on that, but eesh, this thing's really, really hard to compete with, man. And it's very me. I feel like myself when I'm wearing this. So yeah, Barra Onda from Nasamato. Not sure if I'm going to edit this video, so might not put the names on the screen for you. I'll try to be as clear as possible. And then we got a Mass Appealer, depending on the day. This is Darley. Let's take a look at Darley from PDM. This is more of a reserved smell for me, a little bit of a lean close to me kind of smell, a little bit more of a holy crap, that smells so great. You smell beautiful. It's elegant. It's not like statement making and kind of in your face and trying hard. Might not compete too crazy with the room, but yeah, Darley is this beautiful, it's like a modified kind of barbershop fragrance that you might not tell, it might not seem barbershop to you when you're actually wearing this, but like I get these chemicals and aromas that are hearkening to like the heart of this thing being like a fougere, right? Like an old school fougere, just like modernized to hell and sweetened in a beautiful, smooth way. It's really something else, man. It's like a beautiful fragrance, and it's got this like sandalwood that's smooth and just very nice fragrance, guys. I think it's got lavender in it done just right. It's got everything in it just right. It's just perfectly balanced. It's in that Reflection Man direction, but not as not powdery really at all in that way. Fresh, masculine, smooth, seductive, sweet, smooth operator, confidence, not trying hard, pulls people in, very attractive Darley here. Okay, PDM Darley, Parfums de Marly Darley. You see the dent. I love this thing. I haven't had it maybe 6 months I've had this, and it definitely gets a lot of wear on me. I love it so much. It's really special fragrance for sure. All right, I got a couple recently. I've been destroying this bottle. Loving this. Oh my god. I wore this today. Red Tobacco Intense. Forget it. I keep going nuts about this. I got a decan of Red Tobacco to test it back and forth, and I just keep preferring the Intense in almost every circumstance. It just is this really, it's sweet, a little bit harsh at times. Like at the beginning, it's a little bit harsh, but in like the best way possible. This one has like an amped up leather, smokiness, sweetness. The way it kind of is a cloud around you and it dances in and out of these different layers that it has. Go ahead and look at the notes, guys, but it's going to be something that you got to smell something like this to really get it. You get the tobacco, this like, it's not really like a leafy tobacco. It smells like red tobacco. Like really hard to explain, guys. Beast mode for sure. I don't care what people are saying. This is my favorite one compared to the, if it's Red Tobacco original versus this, it's this every time for me. I've been trying to like the other one more, but this one's just richer. A lot more of a cloud on you. Maybe Red Tobacco is better for the warmer weather or something, but I've been wearing this since I got it a couple of weeks ago. I guess in early September I got this, and it was hot then, and now it's cooling off finally. It's just magical scent that I love so much. There's like some kind of sweet vanilla kind of bed to this, and then the way it just kind of like smokiness, there's oud in it that comes out like later on. Ridiculous. I love this fragrance. It is art in a bottle. For the price that it is too, it's really something else, guys. Red Tobacco Intense. I'm gonna just keep going with that one. I'm just gonna keep wearing it, and it's gonna prove itself to be like maybe the top fragrance in my collection. Maybe I just love it so much. All right, so I got, it looks like 2 left, guys. We're gonna do 2. I was gonna do 3 left, but 2. Gentleman Reserve Privé. It's a dumb reach, guys. Gentleman Reserve Privé is absolutely a dumb reach. Now this one has to battle between Dior Intense. For some reason I get a lot of the same vibes from them. Maybe it's the iris that's kind of like woven into this, but yeah, it's a boozy, woodsy, beautiful, dark kind of scent. but it's clean too, and it's just great, man. This is like ridiculous. The Gentleman line here, really, this is my favorite one from them. I don't own any other ones, but this one is the only one I need. I've used like quite a bit of it here. It's like a niche fragrance in a designer bottle. It really is something else. Yeah, it's fresh, clean, dark. You got the iris playing around in that, not a powdery way, but like in a flowery kind of way, like in the makeup kind of Dior Intense makeup bag kind of lipsticky way, right? So then that's that Gentleman friggin' Reserve Privé whiskey going on in here. It's just sick. I would absolutely wear this to a steakhouse date night without blinking about it, guys, with no doubt in my mind that I'm absolutely tearing it up, smelling great, feeling great, looking great, and eating good. And then here's one cheapie that I've already tested, worn to all kinds of events. This is the one and only Jazz Club by Dua. I'm going to keep talking about this until I hammer home how good this is. It stands with all of these other dudes that I just mentioned. Probably $1,000 plus in fragrances that I just showed you. This little 20-something dollar purchase of mine gets me insane vibes, all right? One and only Jazz Club. The best things about Dolce & Gabbana The One, the best things about Jazz Club, everything I don't want from the two of them. The weak performance of Dolce & Gabbana The One, which it's not really that weak, but once you wear this one, your standards go up. And then on top of that, we have the parts of Jazz Club that I don't like, which is kind of some notes in there that give me like, just they don't do it for me, like ashiness kind of in that. It's just not doing it for me. I mean, I'd have to try again, but I sampled it already, gave the sample away. I wasn't into it. I tried to love it. This one, though, does it all, fixes it all. It's mass appealing. It's a Dua. I don't love every Dua. In fact, I don't know if there's any other Dua to this level for me. So mass appealing, fresh, just beautiful. It's got like everything you could think of. Like a million notes listed in this one, all right? But I wear it all the time to these like high-end things, looking good, all dressed up and dapper, and I throw on a 20-something dollar fragrance that absolutely hangs with that look, that vibe, that feel. So that's my steakhouse selection, guys. If I was going out tonight to a steakhouse, I would wear Grand Soir, and I'm gonna get a bottle of that. So anyway, guys, I guess I'll tag a few people in this video. Gotta sit down and figure out who it is, because all the other guys who are tagged are the guys I talked to already on YouTube, and I'll have to branch out a little bit and tag some people who haven't already been tagged. So thanks again, Salage Saint, for tagging me. Hope you guys tackle this video with a lot of gusto and give it your all. Peace.